G'day guys, Steve here from Marlin Campers. Had a couple of questions about trailer lights not working. So here's a couple of things you can do at home to diagnose to see if you can get them working before you give us a call. So I'm up the front of the trailer at the moment, and the first thing I look at is the condition of the plug. So you may have a 7-pin flat, which is the predominant plug we use, or it could be a round plug. But there's going to be pins, and what I'm looking for is just if there's any clear damage to the pins. They should look as these ones do, nice and straight, little gaps in between the bits of metal that you can see in there. So that's in good condition there. I'm going to follow the cabling. This wiring harness is all completely built, so it's fully encased, so there's no joins or anything that we do at Marlin Campers. So I'm really just looking for any evidence of any damage to the cable, and I'm going to follow that all the way down until I get to the join. And this would be probably the most common reason for some lights not working, is check that both of these sides, the little arrows, are lined up. So I'll just unscrew that. Hopefully you can see through the video there that there's two little arrows and they're lined up. Now if it's not, you can pull that apart, and it's got a series of pins. Line up the two arrows and push it in. So that's the first thing I check, and usually that's enough to get your lights working if there's a problem with the trailer. If that all looks good and you've checked it in your car at this point and they're still not working, I follow the cabling so I can pull this out a little bit through the drawbar and checking for any damage. And then I'm going to go all the way to the end of that steel drawbar for where the cabling comes out the back, and just follow the cabling to see if there's any cuts or any damage the whole way through. At that point, we're at the back of the trailer where there's another junction. So I'm at the back of the trailer on the driver's side, and just under the tailgate, about where my hand is, you'll find where all the cables come together in a junction. So that single cable from the front of the trailer comes into this three-way splitter. The splitter is made up of the right light, the left lights, and the number plate light, which on this trailer is on that side, but on most trailers it'll actually be on the driver's side here. So depending on which of your lights aren't working, you can do the same thing that we did at the front. You can follow the cabling, which is coming out the back here, until you find where the join is. Check that the arrows are facing each other, check for any damage to the cabling, and you do that for each of those three lights coming out of there. Do these couple of things first before you give us a call, because most of the time that's going to fix your problem. The other obvious one is to check your car, and the easiest way to do that is get your camper trailer hooked up to a different vehicle to see if the problem continues, regardless of which car it's hooked onto. So make sure your car's working, check those couple of things I just went through on your camper trailer, and if your lights still aren't going, then absolutely give us a call so we can get you back on the road.